This is a warm welcome from my beautiful hotel room in New York City. So this time I don't have to wake up like 5 o'clock in the morning, and you guys don't have to stay up like 11 in the evening.
Well,
Welcome, everybody.
Usually it's until midnight for me, or 12:30, and Leon, he doesn't care about staying up that late.
Prime time.
See, that's how it is.
Pat and I were out and about yesterday, walking the streets of New York City.
Oh yes, this was good.
So I guess you didn't see Snap. He was trying to insinuate that you're short yesterday. Did you see that?
First of all, that picture, Pat is taller than me, but it's not like 3 inches. Pat's like an inch, maybe an inch and a half taller than me.
He made Pat like 6 feet taller than you.
Like he's making it out to be like Pat's. What are you, Pat? You're like an inch and a half taller than me, right? I mean, it's like I'm like 6'1"ish. You're like 6'3", maybe 6'2".
Let me check.
He's got to convert.
Oh yeah, centimeters.
It's only showing up yards.
How many yards?
Nah, that's wrong. It's like
2 yards.
6.16. It's 6.16.
Okay.
He's a little bit taller than me.
Too. Yeah.
But I think the angle of the picture made Pat look like he was towering over me, but I don't know. Pat and I walk together all the time. He's not like towering over me. Snap's just making shit up.
Snap is like 5.2 or something like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, but look, Pat is taller than me, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, Archie. All right. Thank you for the super chat, Archie. And you can thank both Pat and I for that Griffins, but Pat is the Grand Rapids Griffins fan because he's a huge that's an affiliate of the Detroit Red Wings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Which is why it's Detroit. The Detroit Red Wings was Pat's favorite American professional team in all of sports.
Yeah. Yep. That's true. That's true. So do you think that?
Go ahead.
Go.
No.
Do you think the Knicks will win tonight?
I think the Knicks are going to win tonight.
They said the fix is in though. Scott Foster's the ref.
Yeah, but I'm hoping it's Red Sox, Celtics, Knicks in the Eastern Conference Final. That's what I'm hoping for. That would be epic, right?
There hasn't been one of those in a minute, right?
Mm-mm. No, I mean, I don't think there ever has been one.
Really?
No. Celtics, Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals? I don't think that's ever happened. I don't think.
I don't know. Maybe.
No.
Back in the days?
No. I don't think so.
Knicks Pacers would be fun.
Knicks Pacers can't happen in the finals because the Knicks Pacers have to play in the next round if the Knicks win. So a Knicks Pacers Eastern Conference Final is not possible. John.
So who do you guys get? Who does Boston get next round?
You get the winner of Cleveland, Orlando. And both of those teams have given the Celtics a hard time, but Cleveland is the team that the Celtics should probably beat easier.
Yeah. Orlando's just built on defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, no, they're also young and athletic, man.
Yeah.
Knicks had a good start compared to the last game. They are a 7-9-2. Yeah, 7 points ahead.
The Knicks?
Yeah. Because the start of the home game was like they were super cold the first 3-4 minutes.
What was the atmosphere like, Pat? You were there. What was the atmosphere like? It was crazy, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was fantastic. Really, really, really good. Really good.
Yeah. If I were closer to New York City, I would have went with you, but there's no way. It's just too much.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it took longer than was overtime and all that shit. So
that went way past my bedtime. What are you watching over there? Hockey?
Huh?
You're watching hockey over there?
No, The Knicks game.
Oh, the Knicks game. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So why don't we do this? You guys ready to do the countdown? We'll get into the show.
Yeah. Yep. Yes.
All right, let's do it.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Late Night with Pat and Pierre and Leon. And we have the episode 16 today, and we are back after, I don't know, how long was it? Like 4 weeks? Pause, 4 weeks?
It's been a while.
It's been a while, right? So we shifted time, how should I say, summer, winter time, or how you guys call it, I don't know. And this was trouble, and then there was some else trouble. I don't know. I don't remember anymore. Then I went over, and it was it was planned like last week. I remember again. It was planned like last week, and then we said, now when I'm in the US, we do it to a more to a better time, not like that late night, right?
Yeah, it's not like this is the not so late night with Pat and Pierre. So this is like 9. Pat and I can actually enjoy the Knicks game after this is over, right? It'll probably be around halftime.
Yep. Ready for crunch time. That's for sure.
That's it. And Pat and I have had a fantastic time so far. We had some time with New Era yesterday. Yep. We had some time in the store in the Bronx. We ate at 7th Street Burger.
A lot of healthy food. It's fantastic.
Today I had to go to the gym for like 3 hours just to detox. It was it was crazy, man. We had Eric Guild, someone from the community who went to the Mets game with us yesterday. He's a local guy that's always in the store, and we love that guy, so we invited him to the Knicks game last night. I mean, to the Mets game. We had Anna was there too, so we had a pretty good time.
Awesome.
Yep.
We stayed till the very end too to watch Pete Alonso get thrown out at home.
Yeah, but there were a lot
of the
fans. And a lot of these guys, they showed it on TV today because a lot of the Mets fans cheered after the umpire said, it's not blocked, blah, blah, or it is blocked, blah, blah, blah. And then he added someone, nobody heard it anymore. And then they went, the game was over.
Because everyone was hearing about it, like that the guy did block the play. I didn't even get any clarification afterward. I didn't even look.
Yeah. No, it was weird. But it was a lot of fun. So food was great. Amazing chicken, Shake Shack, and empanadas with Nutella and bananas in there. It was it was really crazy.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys something that is just crazy, right? So we go to 7th Street Burger. And I think this was the original spot. Now these burgers are, Leon, you'd like this, man, but it was like greasy, okay? And we had like a real Mexican Coke, Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
and with the real sugar, right? So we're sitting down, we're getting our burgers ready, and I'm probably 2 bites in, and I look over at Pat. The burger was gone, and he was like licking his fucking fingers. I'm like, you got to be fucking. How did you fucking eat that so fast? So then we go to the Mets game, right? And he gets these empanadas that are filled with Nutella and bananas, right? I'm talking 2 big ass fucking things, right? I look away, look back, and this motherfucker's done.
I don't have to eat this fast because it was falling apart, That was the deal. So
I think the Mets got voted like the best stadium food. I think it's kind of universally known.
Hey, absolutely, because Shake Shack was fantastic, but on the opposite side, there's something called amazing chicken, and this chicken.
That's the other thing this guy ate.
Yeah,
he ate 3 dinners.
These were, I don't know, 2 chicken tits, really huge ones, right? They were so fucking huge. Amazing. This was called amazing chicken, and it was really good, really, really good.
This guy can, Leon. I'm talking this guy consumed. I think at the Mets game, he consumed probably 4,000 calories in about 34 minutes. I swear to you.
Now let's talk about something some other topic because Julio might look up that
he's
later.
A Julia. So basically, when Pat comes to the U.S., right, he binges on every food that he's not allowed to eat at home.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So
you guys just missed
I'll be on like a video call with him. We're doing something, and like Julia will constantly be bringing him food, right? But it's like fucking vegetables, healthy stuff. And like he comes to the U.S., man, and all bets are off. He's like, Pierre, I'm not eating anything good I'm not eating anything healthy for the next 4 days. And he followed through on that shit.
Yep.
That's funny.
But I don't think Pat hasn't been to prison, and he wasn't a part of the military, so he just learned this shit on his own.
Exactly.
You guys missed the Glizzy night. I think that was Tuesday when they broke the record.
They said they ate 4.5 miles worth of hot dogs.
41,000, I think it was. I think it's the American record. I think
it's crazy.
Some guy had the T-shirt where he was ticking them off. He was trying to do like the 9 Glizzy 9 beer challenge. So you have one per inning, like 1 beer, 1 hot dog per inning. And I think he had 10 beers and 9 hot dogs ticked off on his T-shirt. He was ticking them off as he went, and he got so drunk they had to throw him out because he started like yelling at people, and people were throwing hot dogs at him, so they had to kick him off the game.
So let me ask a question, guys. So Pat, you think we should drop the hat early?
Whatever you want.
Let's do it because we got some loyal folks in here, about 100 people in here that are watching right now, and I think I can show the hat real quick. Head over to the site, guys. So I'm going to give you guys a jump start before anybody else sees this. Head over to the site. You got this Oakland A's with the Ricky Henderson field patch on the side. This is all green. You've got that green Oakland outline in gold. You've got that gold emblazoned side patch. Gray undervisor. There's your batter man. Look at this thing. This is dropping right now, guys. So head over to the site. And Pat, you wanna give it a minute here, just to see if we get enough people in there, give them a chance to get over there.
Yeah, it's online.
All right, it's there, guys.
Yeah.
So pick up your hat now. We got that out of the way nice and quick. That way, those people that are loyal and come to the show nice and early, you are now being rewarded. All right.
That's cool.
All right.
So face off now.
What's that? Yeah, the hat face off. We got to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Should we start with me or?
It don't matter. Whoever wants to go, let me know.
I'll start. Here's my hat. This is the Chrome Reaper. So Pat and I do this to each other, right? Like, so basically Pat actually did the first Reaper out in Austria in Topperzstore Europe. And I was like, fuck you, man. Like, you know, and now, like, I'm like, fuck you, man. I want to do one too. So then, you know, we put together 2. We did the Ball Club one, which is purple, right? And then we put together this chrome one with a black satin brim. You got that metallic pewter and silver. You got that metallic silver R and that Batterman. This is dropping next week, guys. This actually was supposed to drop on Wednesday, but I couldn't be on the show because I was going to be with Pat at the Mets game. This will now be dropping on Tuesday, I think, right, Pat?
Yep.
I think it was Tuesday.
Yes, I think so.
I think so. But we'll keep you guys posted. All right.
I check it in the meantime.
All right.
Yeah. So no, it was Wednesday. Was it? It was Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay.
Yep.
Wednesday, guys.
Wednesday. Okay. Yeah. So my hat was a pickup yesterday in the store before the Mets game because, to any strange reason, this was the hat I had not had up to now, and yeah, there we go. Super nice, super clean Mets with this fantastic All-Star Game side patch 2013 and flat Batterman on the back, gray UV white guts. Super classic.
This better be the hat that gets me closer to the 500 mark. It better be this time.
I forgot about that today, so yeah, it is how it is.
Well, you should have thought about it, Pat. It's top of mind with me. Top of mind with me. You know. All right. So someone's asking what's dropping tomorrow. How about I give you a heads up, guys? You guys want to hear what's dropping tomorrow?
Let's do it.
Let me see. I go into my trusty little base camp, which is where Pat and I basically what we run our business through. All right. So tomorrow will be the black New Orleans baby cakes.
Yep.
And the chrome Smokies word mark with a double barreled bear on the side. I'll put those pictures into the broadcast channel tomorrow morning. And then the in-stream drop tomorrow night will be the Hideki Matsui. So a lot of people were asking, is the Hideki Matsui in-store only? No, it's going to be online, and we're going to drop it tomorrow night during the stream. So get ready for that, guys. And I'll make sure in customary fashion we give you guys a heads up prior to that drop. And then on Saturday in-store, and then I believe it's online after the in-store drop, will be the 3 Mexico Caribbean League hats.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Oh, Lewis is asking right now. So, Lewis, those Mexico Caribbean series hats, the 3 Mexico hats that we did, the palm tree one, the green with the red satin brim, and the chrome with the red, those are all dropping on Saturday. First in store, then later that day, they will be dropping online.
Mm-hmm.
And Just Jay, no, Pat wanted to really fuck with me, so he showed that Savage Attack 12.0. And then my inbox both on Instagram and the email inbox were flooded within seconds. So that's a like kind of a fuck you / thank you, Pat, for
yep,
that, you know. But
yep.
And that Ricky flu, guys, and Pat and I were already prepared. So there will be a pre-order that we open up this weekend, guys. It will be for we can now officially say it, right? The Ricky Henderson, the that one that we just dropped, the Blue Smokies.
Yep.
I'm forgetting the third, Pat.
And the Giants one.
The Giants, the Splashdown, the Barry Bonds Giants. So those 3 hats will be pre-ordering this weekend, guys. And that will bring us to this message that I think is really important for everybody. When we talk about pre-orders, Pat and I, listen, we were doing a lot of talking, and we're going to talk about overbookings in a second. But what's cool is when Pat and I are in person, we get to really like dig in and figure some stuff out. So we decided together that our pre-orders are going to be aired in. So we're just we're airing in pre-orders to make everybody get their hats faster. So the quoted time, now what is it usually, Pat, with air? Like
6 weeks.
Let's
6
say,
weeks,
right?
To be safe, yeah.
To be safe, right, guys? We're gonna quote 6 to 8 weeks because we'd rather under promise and over deliver. But pre-orders, Pat and I are gonna pay the extra price and we're gonna air them all in.
Yep.
We want people to get their hats faster.
Exactly.
I think, Pat, do you have anything else to add to that before I talk about which pre-orders landed today?
Yes, I would like to add it. Probably you have already said it, but what we are now changing also on the pre-orders is that you can order 6, 7, 8. Okay.
Yeah, 6 and 7, 8. Right.
This will be also available. So if you wanted to have one of these hats and you did not get it, this is your chance to get the 6, 7, 8 then for sure.
Yep. Yep. And so the hats, let me pull this up, right? So today we had a bunch of pre-orders land in the warehouse. I will be going in tomorrow morning to ship those out. So let's go over what those are. I got to pull that up though, Pat. I don't remember where I'll pull it up. Let me see. These are the hats that came in yesterday, guys. And we're going to get those out to you ASAP. Let's take a look. Okay. Oh no, I don't have it here. Hold on. I got it. All right. So the 2 Otanis, the chrome with the blue brim and the all blue with the kanji across the front with the Japan side patch. That one landed today. The Maine Celtics landed today. The Fresno Grizzlies, the icy blue one. If you guys remember the icy blue brim with the blue crown and the polar bear looking grizzly, that one landed. The Bears landed. The Dolphins landed. And the Colts landed. So those 3 draft day hats landed. In addition, next week at some point, Pat and I will release 45 units of each Otani. Just 45 units. That's it. of each Ohtani next week after the pre-order ship. So if you missed and you screwed up and you didn't do the pre-order, well, you got one more chance. So next week we're going to drop those two, and then we are done with that. We're done with that hat. No more. We're not reordering. Nothing. That hat is done. Make sense? All right. Cool. So that kind of wraps that. There's a lot of like housekeeping stuff we need to do, right, Pat? So
yes,
MDF, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate the donation. And to answer your question, I think, Pat, why don't you talk through a little bit of our strategy with NBA, NFL, that sort of thing, because we finalized all that yesterday.
Yes, so we had a super nice discussion yesterday to talk about all that stuff, and like you have seen it back in the days. So what we are now planning, what we had up to now, right? And we now made a super plan for the next let's say 18 months, I would say. How we handle special events and giving you guys special hats for special events. So this means, for example, when there is an NFL draft, when there is the start of the season of the NBA, the playoffs, and so on. And because we got also a lot of questions also from the European guys, because Pierre and I said for NFL and NBA, we shared this on both stores, because they always take a longer time to approve, and it's harder to get them approved. And you will see. So there's a lot of stuff coming, perfectly timed for you guys, and this will be fun, because what we really want to do is bringing in more to the right time, the stuff, especially for all of you sports fans, because we know there are a lot of sports fans like us. And of course, when it's heating up in the players or the draft or something like that, everybody's excited and wants to have a hat. So what we cannot do, of course, is that we build up every team, right? So but we really try to mix it up for you guys so that there's a nice selection on everything.
Yeah, it'll be cool too. Like if you guys, even if you're looking for a plain snapback, we're going to make sure we get those up on the site. Those sorts of things will happen, and they're going to coincide with, as soon as you're ramping up for your team's season to start, or for the league season to start, you're going to have some hats to choose from. So, and Pat and I spent a lot of time at the store yesterday, really planning this out and figuring out the right dates to make sure that we get the stuff in. And also like Halloween too, like we even planned that. So like we're gonna make sure that you have like a slew of Halloween choices, a lot of stuff that we've got coming, guys, and we're really excited to show you guys that stuff. So stay tuned. Now, the last little housekeeping thing is we have another order that should be here in the next week or so. So stay tuned for that. There's some great stuff there. And the next Vault Club exclusive, I think the next 3 Vault Club exclusives are in that order. I won't show them all at once, but I will certainly make it a point to show you guys those hats as they start to get close. But I would expect another Vault Club exclusive hat to drop pretty soon. So
that's good.
And it's probably one of the most iconic players in Major League Baseball history. When Pat and I put these together, this one together. So basically, this player, we did a bunch of hats based on this player. But if you want to get all of them, you're going to have that one hat is going to be is going to be a Vault Club exclusive. Which, if you're a collector like me, you're going to want to have each of them. And we can see them, because we put a lot. Just so you guys fucking know, Pat and I don't just slap shit together. We sit there and we're very particular. We're picky. And we're trying to figure out the right things to do with each hat. And I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. All right. So, can I just say this, though? My favorite thing to do is to create hats with Pat.
Yeah, this is mine, too. I mean with you, not with me.
What'd you say, Pat?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Pat?
I said not creating hats with me, with you. So that's
he said me too. Yeah.
It's just a ton of fun, man. And I think, like, you guys, I hope you're seeing it in what we're putting out there, that there's a lot of fun and effort that goes into those things. It's been amazing. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but Pat's like one of my best friends in life now. I mean, he comes out here, he's like my brother. We have such a good time. So it's been fantastic. All right. So let's take a look. What's next, Leon? We're going to show off something, right?
We are going to talk about the reminder for the 1-year anniversary.
All right. So The 1 year anniversary is coming. Now, listen, guys, a couple of things that I'm really focused on right now with Anna specifically, and Pat to a degree, but really the store kind of falls under my responsibility more so than Pat's. So not to take anything away from Pat, I'm the one near New York, so I got to fucking run this thing. So we're gonna revamp. Like when you guys come out to this event, the whole wall is gonna be filled with exclusive hats for that day. The front wall. We can't fill the whole store with it. That's crazy, but the front wall, and then we're revamping the rest of it. It's just gonna be. I'm telling you guys, when you see what Pat and I created specifically for this drop, you're gonna be like, "Fuck, I need to get out there," or I need to get somebody out there. Now, here's what I'm gonna explain to you guys. You probably see some real wild shit out there with some of these drops, like people like shutting down drops because people are acting insane or whatever. I'm gonna tell you right now, that don't happen. That ain't gonna happen here, and nobody's gonna be cutting people either. So, what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna make sure, along with Pat and some key partners, that this is gonna be as organized as our opening day. No, I'm gonna say more organized than our opening day. If someone cuts that line, I'm not selling them a hat. Does that make sense? Because I'm not going to have someone who woke up early or woke up super early to get there first to be cut by somebody else. It ain't happening. So I'm going to have a team with me that's going to make sure there's absolutely no way that I'm going to have people cutting people in this line. Okay,
that's great.
That's going to be my commitment to you guys. And trust me, you'll see it follow through on. If anybody cuts that line, I will not sell them a hat, period. And if anyone acts unruly, I will not sell them a hat. And I will have people on the premises to kind of assist with that. So, with that being said, now let's get to the positive stuff. This is going to be an exceptional experience for everybody. So we're going to make sure that the hats are fantastic. The service you get is fantastic. The weather, I hope, is going to be good. That's why we moved it to June, because I think it's a little bit more predictable in June, right?
Yeah.
But Pat, anything, you're going to be out there too, Pat. I don't know if you felt the excitement I felt during opening day, but I feel like another opening day, right?
Yes. I can't wait for that. And I think it was the best decision to make it like in June, because it's much safer in view of weather, and I can't wait to freeze inside the store.
Yeah. Yep. Because we'll have that air conditioner running in that store. But
like 62 again, something like that, right?
Yeah, and I think it's going to be an insane experience, and I'm super excited to have this event again, and there'll be a poster for us to sign. Like the 1 year, right? We're going to now retire the opening day poster. That's going to get framed and put onto the wall. And then we're going to have the new 1 year anniversary poster ready to go. And for those that don't know, when you come into our store, it is a tremendous experience. You're going to love it there. You're going to be treated like gold, and you're going to leave with fantastic hats. So, all right. So that's the 1 year anniversary. I know there's a lot going on here, guys, but we're going to get to some other stuff soon. Now, next, I just want to make sure we put this out there. This is it. This thing's about to come down this evening. So I would say you have like maybe a couple of hours left, guys, to get your pre-orders in. This, I will say, Pat, was our most successful pre-order selection so far. And that's saying a lot.
Agree. Absolutely. And this are NBA hats, this was what we said before, the perfect timing for that stuff.
And that Orioles hat is, if you haven't seen it in hand, it's fucking amazing. So take advantage of this, guys. Now, what did we promise earlier? We're going to air these in. So you're going to get these much faster. So Pat and I place the order tomorrow. 6 to 8 weeks, these things will be at your doorstep.
Yep.
Nice and quick. So get your pre-orders in. The only one that may be a little bit earlier, guys, potentially, is the Guardians, but we hold off on sending the Guardians out if they're bashed with another hat. So, for example, how the pre-orders work is, let's say you got the Guardian, let's say you got all 5, right? Well, the Guardians may get here a little bit earlier, but you won't get the Guardians until your other 4 come in, which will be 6 to 8 weeks. Okay. I know that's really detailed information, but Pat and I actually put in a pretty good size order for the Guardians to ensure that we could get that pre-order out to you guys earlier. But if you did buy the others, it's going to take a little bit, maybe another week or so, just so everybody's clear on that. Now, this is your last chance, so head over to the site now if you want to pick these up. I know Knicks fans, listen, man, maybe you win the series tonight. Maybe you play the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you beat the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't know. But if you want what some people are calling the best Knicks hat ever made, I've heard that said about this hat multiple times. I don't know if you've heard it, Leon. I've heard it multiple times. I'd get it. All right. You guys ready to move along?
Yep.
Yes.
So
right.
the topics. Oh, yeah. This one.
All right. So we're going to talk about this, and then we're going to move into some sports related topics, right? So overbooking. So there's a lot of talk about overbookings, right? So I'm going to kind of give you guys a little peek behind the curtain, and Pat can provide a little bit more detail around some of this. But I want to start with kind of like looking at this from 10,000 feet and looking down on this, right? So overbookings occur because right now we have a problem, and the problem is demand. So, and that's a good problem. Listen, I'm never going to complain about that problem. Like I am so appreciative of the fact that we have a problem. Like, a lot of people would kill to have this problem. And what's happening right now is we drop a hat, and Pat and I have steadily been increasing quantities. I want to be clear. We've steadily been increasing quantities. Okay.
Yep.
Right, Pat? And
Yep.
what's going on is you'll have multiple people going after the same size hat and fast. I can tell you guys that I'm watching the website when it's happening. And if you have X amount of hats and you have 400 people on the website, I'm going to tell you right now, we don't have 400 hats. Okay. So what's happening is people are ordering at the same time, complete their order. They both go through because there's no way it's happening so quickly that the system cannot handle like that traffic, because like, you know what, look, they're happening at the same time. So then it's basically, allowing 2 sales to go through, and there might be only 1 hat left. And I think like that's like, when you kind of like really boil it down, that's what's happening with overbookings, right? Now, today, the Ichiro didn't overbook that I saw. So that was a really nice, smooth drop. It didn't overbook, good quantities, but it wasn't as wild as like the Baltimore hat. It just wasn't, So listen, there's a lot of stuff on the horizon, right? But Pat, you want to kind of, without too much, guys, we see the 7 1/4 message. We got it. I got it. So just so you guys know, both Pat and I are probably the most connected individuals you're going to see to what the community is saying. So people are like, I just want my message heard. We heard it, and we continue to hear it. So
this is always changing over the years, right? So sometimes it's like 7 1/4, then it's 7 1/2.
Yeah.
And if we see that, of course, it's not like that we are ignoring that, because then we're saying, okay, we're adapting this. We are looking at a lot of the data, analyzing all the data and all that stuff. But what I wanted to add to the overbooking stuff. So probably I'm very deep into that, because this is a problem which we already had like 3 years ago, and in the wild times, right? And now the times are getting wild for us again. So thank God for that. This is great. So I also appreciate the support. This is crazy currently. But technically it's like that we are shifting now to a new system, right? And what we are now doing is we are taking a look which options we have, because the checkout process will be completely putting away from the whole store. So this sounds a little bit, it's different. The approach is different, right? And when we launch the new system, we probably need several drops to see, because this is something which we cannot simulate, right? It's very hard to simulate, because you cannot simulate like I don't know, 400 people who are coming at the same time at the site and battling for the hats, because this is different. And from there on, we had a 1 hour meeting today with our dev team, and we are really working on that, and we are trying to minimize that. So there are 2 ways that we are handling that. The first is that we are adapting the quantities, which helps, right? Because it's not that we hate overselling, because it costs us money, because we have to pay for transaction anyhow, and then you cannot get ahead. So this is a double L for both of us, right? And this is what we want to avoid. So this is where we are constantly improving now. And with the new system, which should be ready soon, we really want to add some more features into that, like the rewards program, what we said, and probably it's already from the beginning there. So this should launch soon, and we will have a lot of fun with the new store, that's for sure.
Yeah. And listen, I just want to, I see some stuff in the comments here, right? Listen, I'm going to tell you guys a briefly, a few things. So first, Pat and I had a running joke because Pat always ordered too many 1/8. Remember, Pat? There was like too many 1/8. I was always like, oh man, there's still 1/8 left. And it was this joke, right? Then we said, all right, let's shift it over to 5/8 because 5/8 was selling out, right? Yeah. Then we shifted to 5/8, and now I just told Pat the other day. I saw someone say 5/8 is the most popular size. No, it's not right now. So statistically, listen, Pat and I are metric guys, right? So Pat and I are diving in and looking at what size is selling out first, then adjusting quantities again. And we're playing this game. You ever played a whack-a-mole game, Leon? You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Pat knows what this is, but the whack-a-mole game is when it's a game where you be hitting and a mole will come up out of a hole, right? And you keep hitting it, and it's popping up in different holes.
Oh yeah, I got that.
And we're trying to like fill these gaps, and it's a never-ending saga. And that's the beauty, but also the hell associated with fitted hats because they're sized. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's something that we continue to work on and figure out. Like I just told Pat the other day, like, you know what, Pat, we sometimes have too many big sizes in the chrome hats. I don't know if someone can tell me why, but big heads don't like chrome, I guess. I mean, because it feels like every time we do a chrome
sweatier.
hat,
they're sweatier people.
You know, but you know what I mean? So like we're learning as we go and figuring out the American consumer is actually different than the European consumer.
Yep.
So we're learning a new consumer. And I told Pat, I said, listen, man, we got to slow down on the big size of the chrome hats and put more of those into small. So we're like, I don't know if you guys are getting the picture here, but we're constantly working and trying to improve and trying to figure out what to do. So it's not like we're sitting here just goofing off. We wake up, Pat and I, we wake up at different times, but Pat wakes up, he starts working. I wake up, I start working. Pat goes to bed, I'm still working. And I think like that's what we do. He's working when I'm sleeping, I'm working when he's sleeping. It's like we're constantly working. So
and most moves, the actual effect doesn't come into play for months. So that's another thing people have to understand as well.
100%. So any adjustment Pat and I make, it doesn't happen instantaneously. It happens 2 months out.
Yeah, you can't yell at the back, make more 5/8.
And Daniel Britt says 7 3/4 sells out first. No, it doesn't. Not every time. Like it doesn't.
This is crazy. And what we always do is if there's a 7 1/4 sold out or 7 1/2, we always give our hats first, right? So
there's a lot of people in this chat right now, Pat, that are like they've gotten my 7 1/4 because I'm like, fine, let me just send you mine. And I think you do that often. And you're shipping yours back sometimes from Austria to me to give it to an American customer. That's our hat. It's an American hat, but I'm saying it goes to you for pictures. We send it back to get it to a customer. So yeah, listen, man, I think that kind of paints the picture, right, guys?
Yes.
Whew, that was a lot of
housekeeping.
40 something minutes of it.
Yeah.
What's the score of the Knicks game?
Oh. It's commercial break. But they already had like 12 points.
Good. All right, cool.
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, the Philly fans aren't like, oh, that's good. All right, so that's overbookings. Any other things that you want to talk about from a? I let you back. I just put you on a timeout, leave, because you wouldn't stop. I heard you, But listen, you can always reach out to me at the Capped Wonder if you have a direct question. I do answer. So if you'd like to share with me that there's not enough 7 1/4s and you want more light colored hats, you can always message me at the Capped Wonder and I'll have a conversation with you. All right.
It's funny you beat me to timing him out because I went to time him out and he was already timed up.
Nah, you don't have to apologize, man. Every now and then we have to I'm a passionate guy, and Pat's a passionate guy. Put a hamburger in front of Pat, you're gonna see some fucking passion.
I was in the last 10 seconds. I was thinking about if I go after the show down and take a cheeseburger somewhere.
Ooh.
So probably my last one, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Nah, Julia's gonna put you in prison for this. In prison for this.
Put a muzzle on him.
That's it,
Probably.
man.
Yep.
All right, you guys ready to get into some of the other topics?
Yeah,
Of course.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
And if anybody has any questions, throw them in the chat. Maybe Leon, you can kind of save some there, and we can answer some questions. Okay.
Definitely. All right. The Kyrie and Luka pairing are up 3-2 against the big three. Well, Kawhi hasn't played, but yeah, against the Clippers. What are your thoughts here? Is this an upset brewing?
I like it. I like Luka.
I like Luka too.
Yeah.
I'm starting to
Luka
dislike. I'm starting to dislike Kyrie less too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luka was not far away born where I'm living.
No.
Hmm?
Wait, he's Slovenian.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm living like 30 miles away from the Slovenian border.
Do you dislike Harden?
Yeah.
Me? Yeah.
I can't stand him either.
Yeah.
The sad thing is that Kawhi is playing on that team. That's really sad. I like
he
him.
chose to go there. Bastard.
Yeah.
He could have been.
Yeah.
He could have had a lot of fun over here, but yeah, he's over there.
No, but I think this would be cool if they advance.
I like Luka, man. I think Luka, it's funny. He doesn't look ultra athletic, right?
No.
He's kind of like Jokic at the point guard.
Jokic, yeah. Jokic looks the same too. You wouldn't look at that guy and think that he's one of the top basketball players ever.
I think Jokic is bigger than Luka. Jokic is a beast.
Oh, no. What I'm saying is the lack of apparent athleticism.
Yeah. They don't look like they're in peak athletic form or whatever. They just look like regular dudes. I mean, Jokic is a big guy, don't get me wrong, but you wouldn't think
probably those European guys love your food over here, like me.
Well,
go deep on burgers.
I'm hoping the Mavericks win.
Yeah.
But neither of these teams are going to the Western Conference Final. Do you think they are?
No. There's a lot of good teams in the West, though. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good teams. I don't know if anyone's getting through Denver, to be honest.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
All right, cool. So let's move on to the next.
So the next one, there was the Timberwolves' first time in almost our adult lives that they made it through. So 20 years it's been since they've won a playoff series. Yeah. The Ant-Man gets it done against his idol, KD, and the big three there, drawing comparisons to Michael Jordan. What do you think of Mr. Ant-Man? Is he the next one up?
Probably too early to say now.
I think he is. He plays both ways. He's strong. He's explosive. But But to compare him to Michael Jordan is a little fucking ridiculous, I think. But
Mhm.
he's dude. You ever play with a guy that's super fucking physical and like just strong, but they shouldn't be as strong as they are? That's what this guy can fucking jump. He's super strong. He's like durable. He plays defense.
He's good, man. He's really
Yeah,
good.
he is.
But the thing is he good enough in this era to not have a team built up like a big three or whatever the fuck they keep? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think Cat's that good. I know people love Cat. I'm not a Cat believer.
Yeah.
I'm
The thing
not.
about it is his teammates are paid like they're a big three. Like Rudy's getting paid and Cat's getting paid. So he's gonna have to be the superstar.
Do you think that you still need a big three to win a title?
No, I
I
don't think
don't
you
think
do.
so. No,
I don't think you do.
no.
I don't. I don't like that the league has become that, though. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, it started all with the LeBron James thing in Miami.
No,
big
Celtics.
three Celtics.
Yeah,
In
Celtics. Yeah, you're right.
2008-ish when they beat the Lakers. That was like Allen, Pierce, and Garnett.
No, I agree. But the last 10 years, it was like always you have to have this combination of big three, at least big two, right? Two, it looked like, right? But I'm not sure if this is still the case.
I don't think it is. I think like if a team's well coached, and you're seeing how important a coach is, because even though Doc Rivers was great for the Celtics in 2000 and with that big three, you can see what a substandard head coach can do to a team. But even like, look, you put Lillard with Giannis, right? And what did it get them?
No, you're absolutely right.
They were better with Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
Weren't they?
Drew plays defense. Because Drew plays defense.
So if you were to say, all right, like for like, who would you rather have, Drew Holiday or Damian Lillard? Everyone's going to say Lillard.
Mm-hmm.
But to go back to your point, Pat, like they were better with Drew Holiday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because sometimes you can't get these guys to play together the way you want to. Just because they're superstars doesn't mean they're going to be able to play well together.
Exactly.
There's only one ball.
There's only one ball and two egos, right? Or three egos. When the Celtics the Celtics this year, the reason why they're better this year is because Drew Holiday is distributing the basketball.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And
but look at all these projects the last years, like the Nets, what they put together, everything fall apart, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what they tried with the Clippers now, I'm not a fan about that. So I'm still not a fan about going into win mode now and doing everything just to win a title, and the franchise suffers from that like 10 years. So think about the Lakers after LeBron James. This is crazy, right? The
Celtics are good partially because the Nets went and got and gave up all their picks, which ended up turning into Jalen and Tatum, right?
Yeah.
When they traded
and Marcus Smart, which led to Drew Holiday. I mean, the Celtics built their team on trading away the big three.
Yeah, but isn't that the purpose of the game? So that you are trading and building and be smart over the next years instead of going in like, then you have that style which is in Europe in soccer. You have like all the money. There is no cap. You can buy whatever you want, right? The big teams and all the other teams suffer. So I think the system that's here with the draft and all this stuff it's fantastic, right? But this mentality, like the last years, I can opt out of contracts and I keep everything open for the players and all that stuff because we want to have a formation that we win everything, all the stars together. That's bullshit, in my opinion.
Look at hard. Some of these things have to grow over a couple of seasons, man.
Exactly.
So and I use the Celtics as my frame of reference because that's who I watch most, right?
Yeah.
It took 5 years really for now Jaylen Brown and Tatum to understand how to play together. Right? So you got a guy like James Harden.
Mhm.
going here, going there, going here, never allowing anything to happen or gel or for the chemistry to be created. That's the problem, man. These guys are prima donnas, man. And they just constantly want to go somewhere where they can win the next year instead of saying, hey, I'm going to go here for 3 years. I'm going to build some chemistry with my teammates, and then we're going to be unstoppable. Because why did Jordan get great? Yeah. Why did he win all those championships? He didn't fucking leave.
Yes, exactly.
Then they built, and all he needed was Pippen. He needed a Rodman, a Horace Grant. He needed guys like that. These other guys that could kind of support him. And it goes back to like what you're talking about. It's like you don't need the big three. You just need this. You need to build chemistry.
Yeah, I think the Suns are another example of completely failed, right? I mean, come on.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah.
It's sad because I like Booker a lot, right? And this is really sad. So,
but now they're already talking about Booker going to the Knicks because they're saying the rumors are the Knicks want Booker in the backcourt with Brunson. Like, come on, man. You're the Knicks now, and you're fucking finally figuring it out. So now what they're going to do is they're going to do what the Bucks did with Damian Lillard. They're going to go and get Devin Booker. They're going to get Booker to put him with Brunson? Like, for what?
Yeah. No.
The Thunder are a good example. They traded their assets. They got a bunch of picks, and now look at them first in the West.
Yes. So this is the perfect example, right? Mm-hmm.
But they're already trying to but Snap's saying they're already dismantling the Suns. They're already trying to fuck up the Knicks. Like, it's like, come on. Like,
well, the Knicks are so hungry for a star when they have one right now.
They have a star right now. They have a star.
Yeah, but
Brunson's
they have been
fucking tough, man.
Yeah.
They have a star. Like, I remember the Celtics were about to trade Jason Tatum for fucking Anthony Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God that never happened. I don't care, all you fucking Tatum haters out there. I would never want Anthony Davis and his soft ass fucking always injured ass in Boston. It's like, it's just build a team. And that's why you're seeing some of these teams find success. Like, look at Murray from the Nuggets, right? He's never been an all-star, I don't think.
He hasn't been.
And he's hitting game winners over this guy that's whining and crying to get into new scenarios where he can win championships.
Nah, this is so fucking weird.
Think about it.
Yeah.
He's literally had 2 game winners in that series, right? He had 2 game winners.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you look up his basketball reference, you wouldn't think he's that good. But
no, he's averaged 17 points per game in his career, 21 points this season. But he had 2 game winners in this series because he stayed and he's there, and they're building chemistry in Denver. While you have the antithesis of that is what's going on in LA, where they're trying to just build winner. And then you see it with the Clippers too, with Harden jumping ship and going over. Like, come on, man.
Nah.
Come on.
But it's good to see that this is not working. That I like that. That's really good. But they still will continue to do that shit. They still will, because I think some of these front offices, they might be super dumb to do that shit because it never works the last years.
But they're also relenting to their biggest stars, though, Pat. So, like, back in the day, like, it wasn't like the players weren't general fucking managers. Yeah. They were players.
One question. Did you think then that Kyrie will work on the Mavericks?
Initially, no.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he played the same position as Luka, so initially, no, I would say.
Yeah.
I was surprised he resigned.
But, yeah, it seems to work out. The only question is, how long will it work? Because I think Kyrie was not like, never worked a long time when he played somewhere.
No, he hasn't really.
Yeah.
No.
Self-sabotager.
No. Yes. Yeah, exactly.
We'll see.
Yeah. This will be interesting, though, man. I mean, basketball is interesting right now because there's a lot of great teams out there, but I just wish, like what you're saying, Pat, you think let's use a baseball analogy. Remember the Yankees in 99, 96, that whole time period, right? They had a couple of stars, but they had Scott Brocious. They had like Paul O'Neill. They had these guys that were not superstars, and they were great. Mm-hmm. They were great. You don't need a big three, like you're saying. I believe you don't. I think
if you have like there are some statistics on that, especially on baseball. I think if you have a team which is all of the players are average, league average, this would be one of the strongest teams. If you just have league average, but this constantly, right? So I think, especially on the Lakers, you can see that. I don't know. It's really weird what they did, right? Because and the saga continues now with the fucking discussion about Bronny and all that shit, right? I mean, come on. It's so ridiculous.
But your average point makes a lot of sense if you think it to hockey. When Vegas did the expansion draft, they basically had the same type of player 1 through 4, but they're killing everyone because they beat you with the depth. So maybe they didn't beat you 1-2, but their 3-4 line would obliterate your lines.
Yeah, and this was not, and they did it super intelligent over the next years, because like in the first year they got to the Stanley Cup Finals, and then over the next year they added really good players to that, and they have, I think, they built a culture which is working over there.
Yeah. Well, let's see what's next here.
All right. So speaking of stuff that didn't work, I mean, we touched on it a little bit, but KD got swept out by Ant-Man. Does this hurt his legacy? So he is 33-9 with Steph Curry, 68-60 without. I don't know. He's the jumper of the shipper too. So where does this kind of leave his legacy?
He's still an iconic scorer. He's going to go down in history as one of the best scorers that's ever played the game. But when you look at this, I mean, but again, like, where's he stayed long enough?
I think, and he was at Golden State when they were really in their absolute peak, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit after that, but.
Well, it was the salary cap jumping right when he could opt in and sign there for free. So it was really like a thing that could never happen again.
Oh, I forgot about Westbrook at the Clippers. This is what I forgot before.
But he's had, like, I don't think he's ever played on a bad team.
Oh, he did. On the left side. This team was
right. That's the one that I thought was snake bitten from the start.
Yeah.
This was
maybe
the worst project
were bad when he was there because he got drafted first. So they were bad when they first started. Correct me there, but yeah. But other than that, when they were coming up, that Thunder team should have won too.
The one that you knew wasn't going to work though from the start was the Brooklyn one.
Yeah.
But like, is the center team really a big three? There's one not so big there, right? I mean, come on, man.
I mean, they had Chris Paul. That's a pretty big three. I mean, Beal is a prime player. He hasn't been in the last couple of years, but that's pretty big, I would say.
That middle two is not a big three, dude. Beal was not.
So?
No. And
I would agree with Chris Paul. I would agree.
Well, Chris Paul was at the end, right? He's
old. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Beal
is they made it.
Beal reminds me of Gilbert Arenas. That's who Beal reminds me of. Gilbert Arenas.
Beal's good though.
Fuck Beal. Nah, man. Nah, if he was that good, they wouldn't be as bad as they are.
It's not a great fit. He's definitely not a great fit for this team, but he's a good basketball player, I would say.
It goes back. I think Pat said it best, man. Big threes aren't necessary.
Yeah.
When you see that Brooklyn team, this was the time when it started that you knew this time is over.
Yeah.
But Brooklyn always did shit the last 10 years. Like, I mean,
they're cursed.
I love Brooklyn. Cursed. I love Brooklyn because of what they did for the Celtics. I love Brooklyn. Everybody knew Paul Pierce and Garnett were done, right? Everybody knew it except for Brooklyn. They thought there was something that, nah, man. I was like, thank God. And I love both Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. Don't get it. Don't get it.
But this was the time when this Russian guy took over, I think.
And Jay-Z, the Jay-Z rebrand, they wanted to be cool in New York.
Yeah.
And they traded 15 years worth of draft picks, pick swaps.
But that's why Brad Stevens was. That's why he's like executive of the year this year.
Yeah.
It just continues. Like he's just like he learned it from Danny Ainge, man. They're doing a great job.
It wasn't even the picks; it was the pick swaps that killed them.
Listen, man, they help the Celtics. All right, let's move on.
All right. This game happening right now. So 3 members of the Sixers ownership plus Fanatics CEO Michael Rubin bought 2,000 tickets to help give them to less fortunate fans, I guess, to try to get more fans in the stadium. They were embarrassed with Jalen Brunson MVP chats and Go Knicks Go last time. Determined not to happen again. What are your thoughts?
I was wondering about that when I heard this today in the morning, because I always thought that the Philly community is super passionate about their sports. So
they are, but like New York is so close to Philly too.
Yeah. So,
and the Knicks haven't had this sort of fanfare in a long time, so they're going to travel well, especially to Philadelphia, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not that far away, right?
And it's a close game. It's only a 1-point game.
Yeah, I just saw it. So it will be a fun second half.
It will be. It will be. But listen, I think this is like a good move. At least they're trying.
Yes, I agree.
It also like pisses them off more to like cheer louder for the New York fans, right?
Mm-hmm. I guess, man. I mean, listen, I think like what it's going to come down to isn't like who's the loudest crowd. It's going to come down to who plays better, man. I mean,
yeah,
it always does.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
All right. The Tampa Bay Rays showed off their City Connect logos or their jersey, and then with that, for us, we get excited because we see a bunch of new logos get introduced. So, new hat logo, new script, and 2 jersey patches.
I love these, man.
Yeah, me too.
Let's do a poll on this one, Leon. Copper drop this new City Connect rebranding. These are good, man. Pat at first I don't like the Tampa Bay script. I said, come on, Pat. Then he looked at it again. He's like, yeah, it's not that bad.
I like what's your favorite logo on these ones?
I honestly kind of like the one on the hat in the upper left, that just very symmetrical one. But I also like the little Ray with a longboard.
Yeah, I like that one most. This is cool.
But is that a pelican? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's pelican.
That pelican could look cool too, though, Pat.
Yeah, no, it does. And the palms in the back, this looks really cool.
Yeah, next session, you and I are going to be doing some Tampa Bay.
Absolutely.
We have to, man. Look at these motherfuckers. Look at this thing.
Yeah.
The script.
Pat's an avid skateboarder, Leon. I don't know if you know that.
He's a good skateboarder?
Yeah.
Nice.
Real good. He's like fucking Tony Hawk.
There you go.
Close.
Don't sleep on the script too. That script's cool.
No, I like the script. I think it's I think so. Where is this rank for you? It's hard to remember them all, right? But is this upper echelon to you guys of the City Connects?
Are we ranking like the uniform or like what comes with it?
No, just the whole whole package, man. Thing. Like, is this in the upper?
I mean, come on, Liam. This must be your package. So much neon colors in there.
yeah, I like it. I'm into it. I'd rank it like close to Washington, just for like the overall package. I'd put it in the Washington tier, near the top. I would say
this is like top 3 to 5 for me.
Yeah. The only thing that I don't like is the washed out look of the jersey. I would prefer that it would be black or something like that, you know?
So
I don't.
So my only criticism of it is it stays in the same color palette than we're kind of used to, but it's cool. Like it's still a good one.
Yeah.
Nah, this is, dude. Listen, man, we've seen some bad ones, right? San Francisco, San Diego. I mean, there were some. The Dodgers first time around, right? Like,
yeah.
There were some bad ones, man.
Who are still your favorites?
The White
Gotta
Sox,
be Miami.
the White Sox, the Miami Marlins, Tampa Bay now.
Mm-hmm. Washington, would you put up there?
Washington's up there.
Mm-hmm. And the more I see it, I like the Mets one. In the beginning, I hated the Mets one, but the more I see it, I like it. I mean, yesterday it wasn't bad, right? Also, the branding and all that stuff they did.
Yeah,
it looked cool, right?
Yeah,
Rangers.
It did.
Rangers were really good.
The Angels was underrated too.
Oh, the Angels was absolutely underrated. It was one of the best, in my opinion.
I like the D-backs too. They didn't have the best hats, but
no,
in terms of logo package,
they lose, dude. They completely lose because of the hats.
Fair enough.
You can't ignore that.
Yeah, but the logos that came out of it was really good.
The logos were good, yeah.
The Serpientes and then I mean,
Yep.
But come on, man, that Arizona hat was.
Oh, they messed up.
It was it looked like a bad custom.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think that brings us to the end, doesn't it?
No, we have one more. Oh, we have the standings and then player of the month. So 1 month in to the standings. Do you guys have any standouts in terms of surprises? Are people where you expected them to be or anything like that? So here's the American League.
Man, I'm a Red Sox fan, but I'm falling in love with Baltimore.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, they're scary.
I'm falling in love with Baltimore.
Their AAA team could beat a lot of teams right now, I think.
They're the Guardians too. Kansas City to me, I mean, it's impressive, but
a lot of those
wins run differential. They have the best run differential in the AL, which is crazy. But the biggest surprise has to be Houston, fucking 10-20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3 of those wins was the Rockies. I think 2 of them was the Jays. So half their wins come from the Rockies and the Jays. They do not look good.
Chicago White Sox don't look good either. But I think when you talk about I think we expected them not to be so good. But Houston only winning 33% of their games is crazy.
Someone posted a picture or a video of the White Sox game during the afternoon today, and it looked like there was 3 people in the stadium. It's bad right now.
Well, yeah, Minnesota on a 10-game win streak. Good call. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But I think, this I truly believe the for real teams in the league are going to continue to be Baltimore, the Yankees. The Guardians will continue to be strong. The Mariners, I think Texas will continue to get better as the season progresses. But I mean, the Houston's got to be better than this, though. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Juan Soto's looking good in the Yankee uniform, unfortunately. I hope he doesn't resign there. I hope he doesn't resign there. But
I think Baltimore's winning the East, man. I really think they have it. I do.
Really good.
And they have a bright future ahead.
Yeah.
And head-to-head, they own the Yankees, right? I mean, head-to-head, they own the Yankees.
Well, they got Corbin Burns, which is like a really good pickup for them, a really good veteran starter, and they didn't give up any of their like really good prospects, which is annoying.
Yeah, and they have tons of prospects down in the pipeline. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I think the Red Sox are loaded too in the farm system. Loaded.
Yeah,
loaded.
Lucky you. I cannot say that from the Mets.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Red Sox have changed their philosophy, but they're still they're years away from being a contender again. All right.
Yeah, but that's good. Just to ask you.
Yeah.
Isn't that as a fan of a franchise what you want to see, the development over the years, instead of buying like stars which are over their peak just for paying them for their stats they had back in the days?
Pat, I'm gonna be honest with you. After Chris Sale was my last, I'm done with it. I don't want to see these big free agent pitcher signings anymore. I want them to develop talent. The Red Sox, when they were at their best, is when they were homegrown.
Mm-hmm.
When they were homegrown. And then they filled in a couple of pieces. Okay. I think when you think about the team that won in 2018, They were homegrown. They had Bogarts, they had Devers, they had Mookie Betts. These were all homegrown players.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful to watch because you watched them develop in the minors into the majors, and you didn't have these big question marks. And dude, let's be honest, like a lot of these guys, they sign big contracts, they become trash. Look at Lindor for the Mets. We were just talking about him yesterday. He was fantastic with Cleveland. He gets a big contract with the Mets, and now he sucks.
Yeah. That's super sad.
It's terrible, man. I like to see the rebuild. You don't like to see your team losing, but you like the thought of rebuilding and then restocking and becoming a contender again. I kind of like it.
Yeah, me too.
I've seen enough baseball. I've been watching it for a long ass time. And when you go through rebuilds, it's frustrating to see your team lose, but what comes out on the other end is usually fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in Tampa Bay, credit to Tampa Bay, they've been doing this for decades now, right?
Yeah, this is crazy.
Constantly just loading up, man. So, all right. How about the National League?
Yep, National League. Ooh. It's a bad situation in Colorado, too. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colorado, man. I mean,
if you ever look at their social media, there's like a boycott going on right now, and it's all the people telling the owner to sell the team.
Good luck to the Mets and the NL East, man. They got a.
It's ridiculous.
Eric Chen, Anthony Rendon is not only did he sign a big contract, now he sucks, but he's also a malcontent.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's a whiner and a baby, and he looks at the game as if it's not. Like, you're making that kind of money, man. You should be like fucking like just. I mean, come on, you guys. You heard the comments from Rendon, right?
Yeah, the game's too long. It's not his priority.
Yeah, it's not his priority. It's not your fucking priority, bitch. Like, you make how much money doing this? That's not your fucking priority, dude. I would never. That guy, man. If I were the owner and I was a billionaire, I'd fucking release him. I would just fucking release, even if you had to pay him. Just get the fuck out of my organization, right? Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. Well, those are two guys right after the Nationals won in 19. Him and Strasburg got paid, both of them, and it does not look good.
Rendon is like, Eric, I'm happy you put his name there because it pissed me off. Fired me off. Yeah, I mean, listen, there's not a ton surprising here, is there? I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
The Brewers, maybe? No. I mean, the Brewers are kind of surprising. The Cubs actually having a winning record is kind of surprising.
Christian just said it. Imanaga was one of the best free agents in signing so far. I mean, this pitcher, we saw him yesterday, right?
He was good, man. He kept the hitters off balance. Yep. I mean, he wasn't going against Murderer's Row for Christ's sakes. I mean, it was the Mets, but he kept them off balance. I was busting Pat's balls yesterday, man, but I mean, the Red Sox aren't too good either, so.
I'm used to it.
Yeah. And then let's go our choice for the player of the month, Ellie De La Cruz. Probably one of the most electric players right now. He's on a pace to have like 40 home runs, 110 stolen bases, and hit 281.
What's his on base percentage, Leon? Do you know his on base percentage?
I could look it up, but they just clocked him for the hardest thrown baseball in the infield. He threw a 106. The first base didn't even have time to put his hand up.
No, it wasn't 106. It was higher than that.
Was it?
Yeah, I thought it was.
I think they said 106.
I thought it was over 1.
Which is still insane.
I thought it was like over 110.
Either way, the first baseman, he didn't have enough time to reach up. That's how hard he threw it. Yeah, he triple pumped it though. All right, OBP 389.
That's good, man.
Yeah,
he's approaching 400, which is like, right?
Yeah, he's on pace for how many? He's on pace for about 41 home runs. Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
The league's in good hands, man.
No, you're right. 107 miles per hour, 106.9.
Yeah, which is insane.
Dude, this guy is one of the and for those that don't know, we have a couple of Ellie De La Cruz hats on our website. We have the Chattanooga Lookouts, and we did a Reds hat based on him. shameless plug. But this was one of my favorite young players last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Reds have him batting 6th. Okay. That's weird.
This guy's a real fucking deal, man.
If he can get his strikeouts, I think like you worry about that a little bit, but you know, electric. And on the other side of it, Mike Trout leading the league in home runs, but he was on his revenge tour, but now has torn his meniscus. But he is not expected to miss the whole season. But Mike Trout is now hurt again.
Well, all right. Well, what a better way to end the show, right? I mean, we really want to talk about this. Let's pull up the. Sorry, Mike Trout, but
does it feel like the end of Griffey's career a little bit? Like just
yeah, but it happened faster for this guy. It's happening faster for this guy.
Yeah, that's for sure. But the torn meniscus is not that bad of an injury.
No, it's not that bad. But Pat, when you look at the totality of this guy's like fucking injury report, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You're right. He's not. Listen, he was on pace to be this generation's Griffey, but the way he's getting injured now, he hasn't accumulated the stats that Griffey did.
No, because Griffey still at 600.
No, Griffey had more than 600 home runs, right? What did he end up getting?
We can look it up, but he crossed 600, which Trout now is not looking like that's going to happen.
No, he's not going to get there. But you know, this is the thing about baseball, right? Any sport, you get these guys that look like they're on pace to be how many?
630.
Yeah. They look like they're on pace to become just absolute legends, right? Like Trout, there was a lot of people saying, you know, he was by far he was going down in history as one of the best players ever, right? Yeah. And then people started saying Mookie Betts is just as good. And then you started to see some, and now you're seeing that like Betts might end up having the better career.
Definitely plays more.
He will play more.
Yeah.
Betts isn't as injury prone.
Flexibility, yeah.
He's not as injury prone. And what's crazy about Betts, man, is that this guy now is playing what? Is he playing fucking second or is he playing short? Like, what is he doing?
Shortstop.
He's a fucking short. So he came up. Listen to this, right? Now you guys got to remember, I watched him as a real young player. So in the minors, he played second base. Okay. He came up to the Red Sox. They put him in center. He was missing balls left and right. Becomes a Gold Glove center fielder. Now they say, you know what? No, we're going to put you at shortstop now. How many fucking players in our lifetime can you do that with? And they play all-star caliber, Gold Glove caliber defense. It's fucking insane. And then this guy can go and bowl perfect games after he's done playing baseball. Mookie Betts might be, and you got to understand, I'm salty because that guy used to be a Red Sox, right?
Yeah.
Mookie Betts might be the best athlete in baseball. The best athlete. The Red Sox let him go for one reason only. They did not want to put all their eggs in one basket. They wanted to rebuild. That's it. And Devers was the guy they kept the rebuild around. Well, listen, Leon, I'm going to ask you to do one more thing. Let's put up the pre-order one last time before we wrap up. So, guys, once we sign off here, you got an hour or so, okay? Once we sign off, head over to Topperzstore USA if you want to land your hats. Again, Pat and I are airing these in, so you're going to get them even faster. These things will be on your doorstep in about 8 weeks at the most. So I'm going to tell you guys, as soon as a pre-order lands, I head my ass over to the warehouse the next day, and I ship them out the next day.
Yeah.
So today, around 3 p.m., pre-orders landed. I then told Pat, I can't hang out tomorrow. I'm going to the warehouse because I got to ship out the fucking pre-orders.
Yes, sir.
So these will be up for a little while longer. Get over there, secure your pre-order. When they get to that warehouse in 6 to 8 weeks, the next goddamn day I'm gonna be shipping these things out to you. All right. Great show, guys.
Yeah. And we love seeing everyone post their mail calls for the Vault Club. Exclusives.
Dude, can I tell you how much fun that was? So listen, I gotta tell you guys this before we go. So basically, there's 260 Vault members now, right? Brady and I went into the warehouse and we lined up hundreds of empty boxes. Okay.
Okay.
Printed the labels. We get the hats into the boxes, right? Then we went and we got the pins, and we were literally just tossing. Some people, listen, there's some people that got 20 pins, man.
Yeah.
Pat, I'm telling you, man, pin after pin after pin after pin. Brady was running around and just dropping pins in the boxes. And I love seeing people open these things now, and they're showing it all off. They not only got a hat, they got their money back in pins and then some. They could be a member for 3 months and still have paid. Listen, man. It was so much fun, and I love. And Leon said, Pierre, go look at the Vault Club section on the Discord, and it's amazing to go through and just see all the people posting their mail calls and stuff. And that's it, man. It was a great first round of Vault Club exclusives.
Yep,
it was.
Oh, we had one question too. He gave us the super chat. So, will there be any more events this year?
What kind of events?
I think he means meetups, maybe, or something similar to the 1 year.
Yeah, I think
it's too early to say right now, right?
Yeah. Pat and I got a lot of shit going on right now, and like a lot of stuff in the cooker.
Yeah,
in the cooker.
So we don't want to I don't want to put anything because some of the stuff's got to be a surprise, right? So
yeah, you got to put that on a simmer for now.
Pat and I have a lot of shit that we're cooking up right now.
Put the sauce on simmer.
A lot of shit that we're cooking up right now, like this Topperzstore family. That means Topperzstore USA, Topperzstore Mott Haven. It'll probably look drastically different in a great way 1 year from now. But I think that's pretty vague. But I'm pretty sure a year from now, we're going to look even better and we're going to look drastically different. But I think it's all going to be positive. Why is that? Because we're constantly trying to improve.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then Kendrick versus Drake.
No opinion. I haven't listened.
All right.
I am a Kendrick Lamar fan, though, if I had to pick between Kendrick and Drake. But I don't have an opinion. Leon, why don't you share your opinion before we wrap up, since you've listened to both songs?
Kendrick probably beats him, I begrudgingly say, but it took him very long for him to respond, so I'll leave it at that.
Fucking Toronto homer.
Fitty is up by 7.
Yeah.
Who is?
Kendrick seems sour.
Fitty is up by 7.
Oh, shit.
Scott Foster, man, he's doing work.
Yep.
Nah, listen, if this goes to game 7, the Knicks are winning in Madison Square Garden, which would be fantastic, right?
Yeah, this would be crazy.
This game ain't over yet. All right. Listen, guys, I want to thank you for joining us this evening. Pat, I want to thank you as always, man. We had a great week. Love having you in the States. You're home away from home. It was fantastic.
Yep.
Well, I still have a few days with you. Leon, nice job, man, with the moderation. And with that, Leon, big fella, take us away.
Yeah, make sure you guys are dropping a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Link to join the Vault Club is down below. Go Leafs, go. We're out of here. For Pat Pierre. Peace.
See you, everybody.